he left us.
Welcome back to episode 190 again of Nerd Bible Podcast.
2.0.
With me, George.
And forever always Connor. But no, I'm not the one that's been upgraded or updated. Technical issues aside.
In progress.
We've been saying for absolutely weeks and months, and if not 2 years since COVID at this point, about our...
Probably since I got that, yeah.
We've said it for so long now, and it's finally the laptop that we had been previously using is conked out at long last. R.I.P.
So basically, what happened is last week. What week is it? So it's Wednesday, the 2nd of March. So last Wednesday was the Cybermen. Last Wednesday on the 23rd, we recorded episode. It's really awkward because my cable now runs across your legs.
Do you almost want to watch? Watch the cable swap? I was say, do you want to swap cable?
No, because I put my one on the furthest one.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, it's funny, but I'm trapped. George's mic is restrained my legs. If I move, I'll break the whole thing. Yeah,
so basically, sit still, dear boy.
I'm trapped.
We recorded last Wednesday, the 23rd. We recorded episode 190, and as you know, we've had technical issues, especially over the last couple of episodes. We've had ones that have literally deleted hours of our lives that we then like the Oscar noms one we rushed through.
We breezed through it. Yeah.
This one we are hoping is okay.
Again, feedback would be appreciated because we're sort of reverted back to Audacity, whereas for the last however long COVID era, we've been using GarageBand on Apple Mac. We've gone to PC, Windows.
Since I took over the editing from the previous editor. That was episode 13. So then it was Audacity for a bit, and then that stopped working. I don't know how. And then it was GarageBand, which then worked without fault, really, apart from the fact that the laptop just kept dying all the time. So then did the episode. Maybe it would have worked if I'd have edited it sooner, but I literally started doing it, exported it, saved the file, and then put in the file onto Premiere Pro. It literally went, no. No, failure.
Try.
And, it got to the point where I deleted so much from... my laptop that there was not much more left for one to delete and still have it be going in it. But I like the look. We've got a timer now.
Oh, fancy!
We never had that. No, we got so bit the bullet. Got a PC from Argus. I was going to do PC specialist, but it was like £1,200 that I didn't have, and I'd rather not pay an APR finance that's going to be of a high percentage. So basically Argos card that I can pay off within 6 months and it'll be fine, because it was only 750 down from 829, but I found out that there was bundles with all this stuff, but just with a faster one of that, where it's 16 gigs, so it's when I inevitably replace it, I will just get the
bundle.
Just get the bigger thing, and then you can have that one.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Future proof.
Yeah.
See?
Future proofing. So we've got a PC. It's nice. It glows. Everything glows in this room now.
I've never seen any PC that glows.
And the bundle came with for £750 to have the the desktop, the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse. That's all. It's A-OK with me. So I just need second monitor, which either this payday or towards my birthday, because I've literally just asked for money to either pay off things. It's my father-in-law got it. So what I'm doing is I'm in the middle of making sure everything gets off of the Mac, get that clear, and then I will restore factory settings. And can you just click Ask Me Later on that?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you're going to ask, we won't go. It'll be off camera, guys. It'll be off, guys. Yeah.
So basically, once I clear that, I'll trade that in with Apple, and I'll probably get £200 max.
Okay.
For that, when I paid it £1,100 for it, but then I have
profit.
But then I've had it since 2017, and we have used it essentially like a PC anyway, and just drained the fucker. Do that.
It did serve its use. All right.
Give the money to him to pay off this, and I'll probably do it because I've got an old iPhone as well. I'll do that. Not an old, but an XR, so I should get maybe 200 of the same. So if that's 400 done, and I'll be fuck me, halfway there. Because I think the monitor, is 100 or something. And then I need monitor, speakers, a mouse mat.
Then we're sorted.
And then I'm good. I'm good for the next 6 years.
Then we're ready to take on Netflix and Amazon Prime. We're ready to take them all on.
Exactly. So now, so literally, once the second monitor's in, then streaming will be fan-dabby-dozy, because the setup in here is now almost done.
Nice.
It's nice.
Nice.
It's cool. So now we can, hopefully, on the technical side of recording, have no problems.
Yeah. We hope and pray.
Well,
we pray.
And then streaming can now be a thing, because we have everything else. And obviously, it'll be second monitor. Set that up. Get going. Off we go into time
to the moon. 2022 to the moon.
But in the meantime, we're back re-recording an episode. Because I don't remember what we said. You don't remember what we said.
No,
I can open the file and listen to it. I just can't put it on anything. Just couldn't put it on Premiere Pro. Watch it. I transfer it over, and then it just works straight away, and then be like, we have 2 episode 190s. We'll just use we'll splice them together. So this might be like an It chapter 1 and 2 double bill, that's coming to Netflix end of March.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
So we're here, a bit of a long intro. We're here to talk about all things in the pop culture space-time continuum.
Nerdy world, as always.
So it all doesn't matter, but life is short, and you are hot, and. It's a great line from Blink, and we're going to talk about some things. We'll talk about Batman next week, because obviously that comes out at the time of recording this in 2 days' time, by which this time next week we will have both seen it. Connor probably twice.
Maybe
I will
4
definitely
times.
go and see it, because I've been to the cinema this week.
Have you?
Yeah. I saw Sing 2.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So we took my niece and Lars goddaughter to the cinema to see Sing 2, because it's a kids' film and kids need to see it.
Family friendly.
It is good. I really enjoyed it, but the 2 films I've seen this year came out last year, so I'm at the point where Moonfall 4DX is now.
You think gone?
It's gone from Stevenage.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure, which is a shame.
I can check.
And I've not seen Uncharted yet still, but I basically know
now booking.
I've had a good review. From what was that?
It's not even coming soon, but even now booking.
It's gone. Is it out of the cinema?
It must be.
It came out February the 2nd.
Nah, something came out around my birthday. It was literally like the 7th.
It was Moonfall. It was John Bradley.
John Bradley.
John Bradley on the Moonfall. So yeah, I do need to catch stuff, life.
That was quick. I can't believe it actually.
That was shorter than a 45-day turnaround.
Yeah,
maybe
that
it
was
just
very
didn't do
quick.
well, so they just pulled it. How is Clifford the Big Red Dog still in there? But then
I don't understand.
Half term probably.
But instead of Moonfall, I mean, the film that obviously set up Moonfall, Die Hard with a Vengeance, baby, 1995 classic, is coming back. Why is Die Hard 3 out?
We had The Godfather the other day, didn't we? The one night only.
Yes, but that's because of the 50th anniversary 4K home media release at the end of this month of March, I think.
Wow.
I think it's the end of March or beginning of April, Easter time. But that's why, again, it's out. Again,
in
for a
March,
day.
I will have seen films that happened this year. But I will obviously I'll catch Moonfall on home media, and I will
absolutely recommend it. Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
And so it'll be on the list at some point. And so it will just be a lot this year of just catching things on home media, and as and when, because many things, child coming.
Child coming.
Then I will have 4 weeks off, so maybe I can just sneak out to the cinema for a couple of hours. See how that one goes.
Enjoy it while you can.
That fucking won't happen. So yeah, expect me to be streaming
Murdered alive. Murder on the Orient Express.
Expect me to be streaming a lot. End of April into May.
Strapped to the chair with a mic across your leg. That'll be you. That'll be you in about a month.
Cry. But how have you been, Squire?
Squire's knackered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just absolutely knackered. This year so far, I've basically been finishing.
I feel like we've been for a whole year already.
No, genuinely, but not much has gone on. Not just in terms of the films, but just I don't know. This year, like you say, it's felt like an eternity. Just a year already. But after everything, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put Batman on there. So I've seen more than 10. Which honestly, if you've asked me how many films I've seen about 3. In my mind, I've seen Moonfall, Uncharted, and Sing 2. I forgot about Belfast. Forgot about Scream. I forgot about.
I'm counting Sing 2 on the 2022 because it literally came out when Boxing Day. Did it come out Boxing Day? It was a proper end of 2021, so it's basically a 2022 movie.
Yeah, for us, yeah.
Like the same way that 1917 should have been the year before, but we didn't see it until it was mainly January it was out.
Also, on the Cineworld app, it says the 2nd of Jan. So it might have been a January movie, I don't know. Might have been a Jan. But then the Cineworld app is bullshit at times. No offence, Cineworld.
It is. You've not got the new update yet?
Well, we won't for another 6 months. It won't be until I say mid-2023 for us until I get the new Android, get the new Cineworld layout. Which is god awful.
Better yet worse.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, it's a thing. It happened.
Jesus.
We got some newsy bits to talk about. So we probably should have done a Batman review, but we spent like the last half an hour setting up the fucking audio device.
I know. All right. You say Batman. Shall we do a quick at the end? Should we do like a mini what we want for the new one and just a quick opinion of what we think is the best Batman? Batmen that have come before
the Batman.
Yeah.
So what we got, apart from a new computer,
cheap
we
aside,
got confirmation of the
Disney
release of Spider-Man No Way Home. Literally happened as we were recording, and we didn't talk about it technically because it's been deleted.
It didn't exist, guys. Didn't exist.
So we got the meme. The Spider-Man pointing meme of Tobias, Andrew, and Tamar. Tamar. All doing the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other, which turns out is from like the first day of them coming down, doing a screen test with the costumes, and then
oh my god, it's you!
Did the Spider-Man meme? You're like, you're pointing at me, and I'm pointing at you. And they use that to basically be like 22nd of March for digital release, and it moved during the day. It went from the 4th of April to the 12th, like literally in a couple of hours.
Yeah. It was. Well, no, it was the other way. It was April the 12th. Now it's April the 4th.
It went to 12.
No, it was 12th and went to 4th. I swear. No, I ordered off of HMV and it said your release date's moved and it said the 4th.
So I might have gone back to 4th because it literally. I saw 4th, then I saw 12th, and then I've not seen anything since.
I'll find it. I'm curious. I'm sure it said your release date has been moved closer to the 4th or something like that.
Sony Pictures. 1 month till Morbius. Did you see the new trailer with more Matt Smith in it? And by more Matt Smith, I mean 3 seconds.
Yeah. I know.
April 12th.
We've got an update. We've just been advised by manufacturers the release date for the above has changed to the 4th.
So it went 4th, 12th, 4th. Yeah. So in April, we will definitely
Easter
have
weekend.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
I'm doing with 100 minutes of special features, 80 minutes of some stuff, but 20 minutes of
them pointing at each other.
Toby and Andrew. Which is weird because in a world that's become less and less reliant on physical media releases, it's actually pushing that here's some content that you're going to get from the Blu-ray guys, and it's like, oh, this is nice.
This is very nice. Yeah,
you see, because we had the villain panel like shortly before No Way Home, which was Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, and Willem Dafoe talking about returning to the roles and stuff. And everyone was like, when are we going to get the one of Toby, Andrew, and Tom? And it's like you literally get a brief snippet of that in the thing.
Yeah, they were saving it, guys. They were saving it.
Going to get some bloopers and shizzle. Yeah, man,
If you were to request a special feature on that set, what would you put? What's your special feature that you're looking for? If you want to see 80 minutes of Toby, Andrew, and Tom, like the threesome, what are you looking for? What do you want to see?
I want to see Kevin Feige watching Andrew Garfield be asked if he's in Spider-Man No Way Home for like the 2 months press he did. Because if you watch the interview with them three that's online,
I did. I saw snippets. I've seen snippets.
I watched it all the other night, and I was like, "This is great." Because everyone's like, poor Andrew had like the worst of it, and he was like, "Yeah, I just happened to be doing press for stuff I was doing in the middle of like gearing up for Spider-Man, which I couldn't tell anyone I was in." And he said since he has no current plans to return, but he's like,
but he's the boy that cried wolf. We probably will never believe a word he ever said again.
Everyone's going to call him a liar for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But also the fact that I'm
not believing anything that man says.
Like previously said, like he'd be up for like if, and they both seem to be up for like if anything is to come back because Andrew makes it. And no, Toby, makes it in the interview. It's like if stuff comes up, like he's not done with this cat. Like if there's little, because we've sort of had the closure of like if we get no more, that's it. I know the clamouring for Amazing Spider-Man 3 is about 8 years too late, but you know, better late than never. And
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I'd like if they did an Amazing Spider-Man 3 akin to sort of like the Snyder Cut and like just did it and released it on a streaming service and was like, here's the completion of this version, because we kind of got a reprieve for Andrew's Spider-Man. We got some closure for, you know, some story arcs and stuff, and while he's vastly underserved by what he was given at the time, you know, it felt like, you know, you could end that character there, but also like you could sort of have a bit more with him.
No, you really could.
Especially when Andrew is, you know, Toby is rumoured to be, not just be in, but also just die in Multiverse of Madness.
But also, just like the whole release date changing of No Way Home 1 minute, and the Morbius, as I say, the Morbius debate, or whether it is either Andrew or Toby that's going to be featured in the post-credit scene, supposedly, for Morbius, if that's going to
I don't want
be
Toby
relevant.
Morbius.
I'd rather have Andrew Morbius. Like we said, we've discussed this previously. I'd rather
it
have
fits
Andrew.
in Andrew's world, and just have him do the thing, fight Venom, and then...
Then you can maybe call it a day.
Yeah. Because he was giving it... Because I haven't watched the Graham Norton interview, which I still should, when he talks about, like, you know, at the time it was like, I'm a bit too old to come back. Like, no one wants to see 38-year-old me in spandex.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Never say never.
Never say never.
I mean, look at Michael Keaton. He's like double the age, and yet he's doing it.
Did you see a picture on his Instagram of just Batman's shadow?
No, I haven't. Oh no, in the street. Yeah, in the street.
It's him. Yeah, like a picture of his own shadow, and it's obviously because he's wearing the Batman costume. This Is Us actress Lyric Ross has been cast in Ironheart, reportedly as the best friend to Dominic Thorne's Riri Williams. Okay. Riri Williams is debuting in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll take your word for it. Yes, I haven't.
That was a while ago. They said that she's going to sort of like debut, but like maybe sort of as a cameo capacity in that, and then be like, and then here's Ironheart. So we have the new best friend cast. That's cool.
Friends is important. Friendship's very important.
Friendship is very important. Just like music. Do you like music, Connor?
Each subject has your own individual taste. I mean, guys, what's your music? What do you groove to
what's
on a
your
Friday
music?
morning? What is your music?
So there was a rumour coming out of the Moth Culture that said the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will blend a short list of modern songs from Star-Lord's time on Earth post Avengers Endgame.
So he's got a modern playlist. Oh.
Well, has he? Because James Gunn.
Oh no, has he?
Peacemaker's own James Gunn.
John Cena's boy. Yeah.
As someone who's like known for getting involved with people's tweets and stuff, just quoted it was like, "Nope, cool left Earth as soon as he could. The songs are from the Zune." Because we never really heard what's on the Zune apart from a couple of bits at the end of Guardians 2, so that's sort of where
okay, the Zune,
the diegetic soundtrack will come from within that. But obviously, we will get an Awesome Mix Volume 3 of some capacity
in 2023.
Do
you think Holiday Special this year, the Guardian Special, will have some sort of like festive remix, Christmas playlist?
Space Mariah Carey.
Why not? Bit of Michael Bublé in space.
Oh, the Guardians outside are frightful, but Groot is so delightful. Drax is turned way down low. Let it
Warlock, I don't know.
Let it
Groot.
I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. I don't know.
And Adam Warlock's got to be.
It has to be Christmas songs. Like what? Like I feel like he picked some really fucking obscure Christmas tracks.
All I want.
Mariah Carey in Spain. No. Obviously not. Do you know that Thor Ragnarok happened and that they're doing a sequel called Thor Love and Thunder?
I heard that the other way around. I thought Love and Thunder had already happened. I thought I'd been hit by a boulder and totally ignored 4-4. And then you were telling me that 4-5 is coming out. I was like, what? But yeah, Ragnarok did happen. It will forever happen in my mind.
I don't know why I said Ragnarok, but
it will forever
you see how I styled it out? And you know how Lego sets like ruin things?
Oh my god, do they? Yes. Is it a game? Are they doing a Thor Love and Thunder game?
No, so Lego set based on like the events of the film, certain things alludes to either scenarios that actually happen in the film or sort of like scenarios that are sort of played up for, you know, the merchandising reasons, like how we got Sakaar Iron Man set from the What If stuff. Even though it basically appears in 2 seconds of the episode of What If. So we got a Thor Love and Thunder set that's called Attack on New Asgard.
Oh, New Asgard, as in the fishing village.
Yeah, and so you've got like this weird sort of demon creature. We don't know because obviously it's Lego, so it's very stylized.
Yeah.
But the pack includes Mighty Thor, Jane Foster,
Sexy Thor,
Thor, and Gore the God Butcher. So all these very innocent Norwegians will probably be attacked and maybe some die.
Spoiler alert, yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's a thing. What say you?
He revealed the look of Gore as well. Gore the God Butcher.
Looks a bit like a mummy.
But isn't that... Because I think I did see that image before, but isn't he the look from the comics?
Yes,
I think he looks like that, yeah.
I can't wait for them to not say the word symbiote.
No, they won't. I can't. Between now and the release date, I can't think of the release date for 4. Let's just all leave a comment guessing what the word will be. Instead of symbiote.
I reckon it will be a augmented jelly sword.
Augmented jelly sword.
What say you?
The fun. I say fun.
The
guy.
thunder.
Thunder. F-U-N-D.
Thunder.
Ectoplasm.
Plasm.
Oh dear.
We have Bruce Campbell confirming that he filmed a scene for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because obviously long-time Sam Raimi alum.
I'd say it was kind of a given because of that fact, yeah. I mean, I think there's only one feature, I can't think what it is on top of my head, that he wasn't involved with Raimi. Every other feature they've always teamed up. Oh, that was filmed, was it?
No, I did a cool scene with a character that's been beloved for years, and we'll have to see what ends up in the movie.
A character that's been beloved, though. Is it...
J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh. But we've already had J.K. Simmons. If it's a character that... I don't know.
He's playing A.K. Simmons.
Oh, God.
He's playing the cousin of the actor that plays J. Jonah Jameson.
As J. Jonah Jameson.
As J. Jonah Jameson's
A.K. Simmons.
agent. A.K. Simmons.
Who the hell is that character, though? Is it... That's the thing. Is it someone we already seen? Is it someone we haven't seen? Is it someone like a Nicolas Cage?
Beloved.
Who's beloved? Who's beloved?
Oh, imagine if he's the voice of Shuma Gorath.
Big one-eyed monster. Yeah.
He just turns around and goes, groovy.
Why can't it be fucking Ash? Why can't it be Ash?
Whoop, wrong film series.
Heck, Deadpool. Deadpool, they could reference each other.
Wait, he was the narrator of the Spider-Man video game.
Yeah. To what, Toby?
Imagine if that turned out to be Deadpool and it was...
Wait, what?
Imagine if we get Bruce Campbell Deadpool, Nolan North Deadpool, and Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Deadpoolception.
All in the same...
What?
All in the same movie.
Oh, no. Well, my question is, where's Cable? Can't he be Old Man Cable, like Multiverse Cable? Bruce has got age on his side.
AMC. Even though I'm in OMC.
Jesus. No, can't he be like an older man Cable, though?
Oh, yeah.
No offense to Josh Brolin, but...
Well, no, have Josh Brolin back as normal Cable.
Have him there as well.
Because if you're going to have Ryan Reynolds be the only thing that carries over from the X-Men universe, which you kind of have to because no one else can play Deadpool.
Yeah.
You would bring in his world and have them be the anchor, and maybe that's how you bring them across.
I totally forgot going back to Deadpool 2. I knew he went back and...
You've got Deadpool's in it.
Oh, yeah, that's the most important thing. But I forgot he had a time travel device and kind of went back
definitely naming our kid Cher.
And killed fucking the shitty version of X-Men Origins. But that's but in a retcon way, that perfectly sets him up why he could be in it in the movie. Because he ran back in time and killed a shit fucking movie. And Illuminati
captured him.
He killed a fucking shit movie and then he got arrested for that.
Hey, don't scratch. I'm just cleaning up the timeline.
Yeah. Right, I'm here because a guy rhymes with Pulverine.
Can you believe that it's been 4 years since the last Deadpool movie?
Yes. Yeah, I kind of can. It does feel like a lifetime ago since Deadpool 1 and 2 came out. To me, they're both the same movie.
Yeah, they feel... Because it was a quick turnaround for the second one anyway, wasn't it? For a 2018 release for the sequel. And
yeah, 16, 18. Yeah.
That comes with a director leaving and... Wait, he left pre-production though, didn't he? He didn't leave principal photography, so that's...
No.
We got confirmation of something that's happening. So, it started with a post that was originally intended for Canada. That it was a brief Moon Knight synopsis for the season premiere on March the 30th.
Yes.
So it looks like only one episode is dropping.
Shame.
Which is cool because then it still means episode 6 should be the week of Multiverse of Madness.
Which I was going to point out because all the other shows, episode 5 is normally the week of when the films release. So episode 5 of Loki was when Shang-Chi came out. It's all been episode 5. For whatever reason, it could just be down to scheduling, but for whatever reason, Moon Knight's finale is the same week.
It's got to be something.
It's intentional.
Something more.
It has to be. Believe in that.
So, when Stephen Grant, a mild-mannered gift shop employee, becomes plagued with blackouts and memories of another life, he discovered he has dissociative identity disorder and shares a body with the mercenary Mark Spector. As Stephen/Mark's enemies converge upon them, they must navigate the complex identities while thrust into a deadly mystery among the powerful gods of Egypt. Because obviously Mark Spector was the alias.
Yeah.
But now it's one of the personalities, which I think is a good way to go.
I think he's the main personality from what we've seen from the trailer. Because I can't think of what is his other name? Mark Spector and...
You just said Stephen Grant.
Stephen Grant. There you go. Yeah, alright. Stephen's
Why did you call me Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
Which premieres on March 30th on Disney+. Because then it says new this month, March 16th. Yeah. And on the list it says Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders. Now this was originally confirmed for just Canada.
Yes, it was.
While rumoured to become... So originally the article was like, it's coming to Disney+. And then it was like, oh, just in Canada. But we got confirmation today from the source of Disney+ official Twitter account.
Yeah.
That, no, it's UK, US, Canada, and most of Europe.
Australia got a mention as well,
yes.
I think. Yeah.
So it is 99% of the territories in which Disney Plus
the ones that matter
exist. To which a lot of people were like Ben Barnes was like, Punisher's found I'm so glad Punisher's found a new home. Make sure to check it out when it drops.
Hey guys, I'm ready. Call me back. I'm ready.
Who was he?
He was the villain Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Not the one from Saw. He didn't want to play a game with people. He just
do you want to be in a Disney Plus series with me? Which is, can you imagine if they dropped
Netflix Plus.
Can you imagine if they dropped it and at the end of Daredevil, it went season 4 coming next year?
In 6 months' time.
No, yeah, 6 months. Yeah, so say
6 months.
Because Charlie Cox knows that something else, because he did an interview as well when he could finally talk about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I went to the theatre with one of the theatres when my wife snuck in." And the moment of my reveal was dead fucking quiet. It was like
dead
tumbleweed.
Fucking quiet.
And loads of people were then retweeting it on Twitter and saying like, Charlie, if you ever see this, just know that my theatre went absolutely apeshit when you walked on screen. Like, and that was just your hand.
Yes, Charlie, we're speaking on behalf of the YouTube algorithm. Yes, me and George were both there. Day one, we were fucking crazy for you. we were crazy.
That was the biggest surprise for me. That was the nicest surprise.
Better than
we kind
the obvious. Yeah,
knew and expected that Spider-Man would be there, but like to have, oh my god, it's
in 10 minutes of the fucking film. 10 minutes.
I think we both collectively went, if they're doing this now, that means...
What movie are we in for?
That means that there is some big shit coming for the next couple of hours. Are we alright?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, because they left Netflix because... so, anyone who doesn't remember the Netflix deal, kind of been over it, read up on it if you can, but also...
if you fancy. Yeah.
Just know that we'll give you the brief synopsis, which is Disney and... Disney and Netflix did a deal. So it was...
old Disney, Bob Iger Disney.
Yeah, when the television was under a separate arm, it was under Marvel Studios Television. And it was basically separate to the production team to the MCU, essentially, but sort of meant to be overlooked and to sort of happen in the same universe. And now all of them have retroactively been... It's weird because they've been confirmed to be non-canon, but are also canon. Because we know Agent Carter, at least the short happened.
Yeah,
because the one-shot definitely did happen. But also, I don't think Jarvis is in the one-shot.
Right.
Is he? Okay. He's only in the series, played by James Darcy, and obviously appears in Avengers Endgame with Tony Stark's father. And all other stuff, basically, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. apparently discredited, even though Wesley Coulson and Cloak and Dagger,
And Runaways.
Runaways it's still in the maybe zone. And the Netflix stuff was always like, oh, it's happening, but just tangentially to it, and it's sort of all the stuff gets mentioned, but it's never going to really cross over, even though they originally hoped it would.
Yeah,
and then Kevin Feige was sort of like, no, it didn't happen. But then with the recent reemergence of Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock, it is confirmed that the Netflix shows did happen, because I don't know if you've seen it yet, the Hawkeye episode of Assembled.
Not yet, still. No. I keep fucking forgetting.
Vincent D'Onofrio talks about his motivations, like returning to the character and like basing it off of the events that have already happened to him. So like drawing on those experiences from the previous series in order to basically see where the character is now. So like apparently he got snapped. Like this isn't like confirmed by him, but like there was a thing online that he'd been snapped away.
Snapped, okay.
And then either he'd been snapped away and then like obviously lost his sort of stranglehold on
Vanessa,
New York.
Lost Vanessa.
Or he'd stayed. People had been snapped away. He'd expanded his territory, and then they'd all sort of come back. I like to think it was the former, and he's trying to just regain his power, because he's not obviously in Hawkeye. He's not as high up in the criminal underworld of New York City as he was in. I think Daredevil season 3 is when he's
at his peak. Yeah,
peak of his powers, when it's like, I'm in prison, but I'm gonna fuck everyone up. Which you sort of get in early seasons, but like season 3 is when it's like, oh, this is pure comic book Kingpin. This is great.
This is brutal.
So, and also obviously the same then can be said that clearly then Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock has been through the events of the series.
Yeah, and again, so Foggy, Karen, and then going off of Daredevil season 3's ending. So did Kingpin know what happened to Bullseye? Did he get snapped? Did he get snapped?
Maybe. Do you think we'll pick up on that thread if they? I think they'll. If they make.
I hope they can get around to it.
Yeah.
I hope they can get around to it.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had Echo, which like Matt Murdock was in
the Echo show? Yeah.
And then you had. Oh, and we're linking this to Daredevil and the wider MCU and stuff like that. And here's
she's a vital character to the Daredevil comic, so yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously her ties to Wilson Daddy Fisk. But I'm sort of glad, and I hope that when we eventually see Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Danny Rand, and
Punisher.
Frank Castle,
that
they are played by
the same actors, hopefully.
Mike Coulter, Kristen Ritter, Finn Jones, and John Bernthal, respectively.
Who definitely is not Patrick Stewart in the multiverse with a shaved head and shaved beard. Did you see that, Fred? Did I send you that?
You sent me that. It's like
I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. That's a weird.
Do you know who I really do want if he hadn't been Black Panther as Professor X? Like if they were not doing here's the multiverse and we're linking things over, like our version of it. Sterling K. Brown
as Professor X.
Yeah, because he's young. Who's
Sterling K.
Dad?
The name escapes me. I'll know this face, but
American Crime Story.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Because instead of you reappropriate the timeline of when like the wartime thing of Magneto and that, and you make it about, because it was in like the allegory for X-Men is Bryan Singer drawing off of his experiences of suffering from being a homosexual in his youth, and like the ridicule that come with during that time, because obviously it was 70s 80s when it was less accepted. So you make that, you do that with Professor X and Magneto, but you make it about race and the thing of like, hey guys, let's shine a light on this because this is still happening. And you make it about it's basically just ultra mutant racism, which it was, but it was more
but
of an
in some degree
sexual representation.
But in getting away from that specific topic, I feel like that's the whole point about the whole mutants and humans. Like a subtle racism is always the thing in the comics. It's a
definite it's an allegory for race.
Yeah.
In terms of its the links to
racism.
Eric, like he's seen the horror of what Hitler did and stuff like that, and it's no different to that kind of thing, but it's to draw on those experiences and make it sort of work in the modern days. I think that's how you would
appropriate it. Yeah. And if you're combining it with the MCU and the way they're doing their Phase 4, and with all these films so far approaching different cultures and different backgrounds and ethnicities, it could be a way to like MCUify it potentially,
to make it relevant to modern day audiences.
Yes,
so we got confirmation that on the March 16th, we will get all those shows. Obviously, March 1st. So, so it was. We could get back round to the thing. Marvel Television and Netflix basically then come together, do the Netflix shows, but it's a 2-year minimum cooldown period of like they have rights to the characters for 2 years.
They're mine and no one else's.
When they got to the point where the MCU was I've turned off the device, sir, but it's already self-sustaining. They they collectively cancelled all the shows in order as they dropped their at the time last seasons, because we don't know what's going to happen at the moment. Starting with Luke Cage, Iron Fist, then Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Punisher were all cancelled, and Defenders was only an event and was
never got a given chance.
Meant to be. I would have loved a second season of Defenders.
Yeah, just done better.
I think it suffers from the 6 because it's weird because a lot of the Netflix stuff suffers from being.
Defenders was I swear it was.
Yeah, it was 8. 6. Yeah, sorry. Because it's I'm getting confused because all the Disney Plus stuff 6.
I know Disney is default 6,
and the default stuff for the Netflix stuff was 13 until Iron Fist season 2 goes down to 10.
Which I think for that show was better. Yeah, it was better.
I think that's what Disney Plus has done well, was learnt from all the previous shows, like not like Netflix, ABC, and all, like wherever, that it has to, it should the season should be as long as it needs to be, and therefore the episodes are as long as they need to be. So you might have an episode of Hawkeye that's like 30 minutes one week, and then have the finale be 50 night, like the same with the Mandalorian. Like the episodes last for as long as they need to tell
the story
that story.
They tell. Yeah.
For the pacing, and I think that's what's going to work about a potential future season of, like, because I think you can do an 8-episode season of Daredevil.
Absolutely, yeah.
Trim off some fluff and just make some episodes longer, some episodes shorter. I think. Same with, I think, Iron Fist and Luke Cage would work. I think they would all work as like an 8-episode series, like, because you can't realistically. I don't think you could do 13. I think 10 would be your limit.
Yeah, absolutely. 10,
especially in terms of being like when you're making TV for binging, like. It's hard to, because I don't think even when Russell comes back, I don't think you're going to get a Doctor Who that's 13 episodes again.
No.
You possibly could, but it would just be like the way that it's sort of designed and delegated, and a lot of it's budget. Like, do you have you have this big amazing budget, you either make 6 vastly beautiful epic things
that will outshine anything you do that year,
or you make 13 cheap ones.
Half-assed ones and just attempt
not half-assed, because like when you look at like Doctor Who series 1, like it was cheap, but it was made with fucking love.
It was amazing. Yeah. No, it was great.
And then we get a 6-episode series that somehow seemed like it
an
had
eternity.
less in it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it only felt like 3.5 episodes. It was very weird.
Like, what the fuck? There's even less here. You've cut out all the wrong. It's like they deleted the wrong episodes.
Yeah,
like they deleted the 4 with all the good stuff in. Kept the 6.
There's barely no any narrative threads to connect it. Yeah. Flux was a fluxing mess.
I have yet to rewatch it because obviously I bought the Steelbook.
I don't want to rewatch it. Not anytime soon.
But you will own it because you're a completionist and a fool.
And a fool. Yeah.
Also, should we say that this Saturday is the BFI event for it's Revelation of the Daleks they're showing for the season 22 box set.
Animation, guys.
Instantly.
The next animation, get it sorted.
Next animation, or if someone wants to sell us 2 tickets to the BFI event, then come on down.
Come on down.
Next, we'll just have to be on it with the next one. Because literally I looked and it was like, and gone.
And gone, yeah.
But it's one of those ones that was like, it's literally just, it's one day. It's one of them things. Whereas I think the animation ones are sort of over the weekend. Like you have a Saturday and Sunday one. Sorry, punching the mic.
Don't be.
Whereas obviously for the collection, it's like, and
bang, the dirt is gone.
I might be wrong because I felt like I saw 2 different dates for the
Revelations,
for the animation one, the Galaxy 4. I felt like I had, or it was Abominable Snowman. So it might be because that's still obviously got to come out. So when that happens, we'll go and see that, I guess, and. Maybe who was in that one? Was Fraser Hines in that?
Yeah, that's First Yeti, so that is Jamie and Victoria.
Imagine if we get to meet Fraser Hines. Jamie!
Yeah, Jamie. Jamie, you helped me a lot on the whip.
What do you think of this guy? Oh, no, I should look at Jamie's.
Look at Jamie's. Jimmy McClimmon.
Yeah, oh yeah, because we can talk about because it got deleted last time that you were on the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel. And Jamie, that's right. Fraser Hines was guest starred in the episode. He helped me quite a bit.
For context, it's Mario Bowser on the YouTube.
No, it's Jamie McCrimmon from the Lost Episodes. Definitely him.
Who game shows the wheel? I was an expert. Connor was not.
Expert. I certainly weren't no expert.
I think we can talk about it now because it's been out for a week. Well, more than a week. It's been out for like 2 weeks at this point.
We've had a multiverse in between.
That was interesting.
Very, to say the least, yeah. But more interesting for what, my half or for you?
I think for you, because it was you going into your first thing and being like, what the fuck is
what planet am I on? It's like, alright, am I playing? Alright, hit me. I do not know none of this. Off the top of my head, like...
You've watched The Wheel, right? With Michael McIntyre. Hello, Bill. Where's Bill? I have regenerated into my new body. Now, Dale, fetch a spade.
Jesus Christ.
Dum dum da dum 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 da dum. What was I saying?
About the wheel and Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, you were on the wheel. Yeah. Did a thing. You did the wheel thing. The wheel thing.
Yeah, I watched I couldn't see a wheel spin around, but I did it in my mind.
I was blind, but now I can see.
I was blind. I know. All I heard was genuine reactions of oh, and I thought, have I gone? I thought, is that me done?
You won. You
Somehow,
were the only contestant as well. You didn't get a single question.
The other two were deleted from the archives. The shadow proclamation got for them. I don't know what happened.
The questions weren't hard enough. Because it should be.
Weren't hard enough. I'm shitting myself.
Yeah, but it also should be a point where the experts should struggle, whereas like every expert.
I mean, it was kind of luck of the draw. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to speak to me just then. I'm not saying that if I got the other experts on those specific rounds, I wouldn't have been out. Like, I think it would have been a case of, oh well, you say it. I have no clue.
Point to the computer.
Yeah, that new thing. Look, guys, that new computer. It's happening. I
pressed the lock button instead of the...
Can't you take a photo, right?
No, can't do anything right.
No, the wheel was a blast, except I was
Connor's not in it. Shit.
No, I was
gonna... You keep explaining the wheel and just, like, as you're pointing.
You
answered questions. You won some money.
I won money. I got a budget, and... yeah, the wheel. I saw it spin around. No, I didn't. I was literally looking at Star-Lord on the pause menu of Guardians of the Galaxy the whole time. And I was changing outfits as I got the questions right.
Yeah.
I was Star-Lord in that quiz.
Wow. I thought you meant changing outfits like in real life.
Red jacket, blue jacket.
Yeah, so how did you find... Because you got every question right somehow. Because you just went with your expert's answer. I know this one. I think it was this one.
The only one I kind of knew was the missing episodes. My gut... If it was a different game show and it was multiple choice and I had no input from 50-50... So you want to be a
millionaire. Yeah, I'm doing...
No, that would be the real challenge. But then, all right, because I know how you guys operate as a collective... because... The Sidemen wheel, the Sideman wheel video was the inspiration, but in that video there was multiple topics. But because the group it's a Who game show, it's the Doctor Who YouTube channel. I just thought because it's the wheel.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor
Who YouTube channel. I had a hunch that Will would be a challenging individual and say, Connor, here's your general knowledge. Just screw Doctor Who for a minute. Let's just do everything.
Because it's Doctor Who the Will. That's the whole way. General knowledge. I feel like the question should have been a bit harder.
Obscure.
Yeah.
I was prepared for obscure.
How many episodes was David Tennant in? That's the thing where it's like, well, I'm not going to know because I don't count as I watch.
How many episodes was Fraser Hines in? Because I know automatically like he was the longest running companion, so it would have been like, it's a high number.
Longest running in terms of episodes, not in terms of years.
Yeah, episodes, yeah. Because, of course, different production back then,
It's going to be Mandip by the time she finishes. Well, certainly New Who, but like I think the one that came closest to... Did Clara come close to
possibly
long running? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We'd have to hear it.
Fuck is Johnson?
But I'd be like, that one. I'd know that one.
Yeah.
Missing episodes. I knew it was free. I knew it was that one.
I didn't remember.
I knew it was that one.
I'm glad you didn't get me.
My gut was
I'd
free.
have literally would have gone.
It was 3, 5, 7, or 9. I knew it was an odd number. You would have gone 7 or 9 is a high number.
4.
7.
You would destroy the Cybermen with 4 missing episodes. We would destroy the Cybermen with 1 missing episode. You are better in one respect. What is that? You are better at animated reconstructions.
And that I would agree. I would agree.
As with BBC Worldwide.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But no, luck of the draw was on my side, certainly. The experts certainly knew what fucking question was happening.
I think you have to respect that. I pulled some answers out of my arse.
No, me and you had to work in that quiz. All right, you majority did the lifting.
I did some hurdles in my brain.
I know. I can tell you did.
The Boomtown one could have gone any direction.
Oh no, that was our accepting defeat. I was just like, okay, we don't know. I don't care.
You just went with what I said, and it
genuinely because I didn't have a counter argument. Because we can fucking spoil it. That was the classic act.
Yeah, which was the first classic act. Which episode has the first?
Yes, right.
Actor that appeared in the classic
and
series.
If I was running a show, I would have put him like early in the season because that's episode 10.
Not straight away, not for Russell. You would have seeded that and then just sort of sprinkled
4, 5, 6 or something.
Here's a guy that was in it before, but then it's not front and center because
no, he isn't. He isn't.
So basically, my reasoning was you had Aliens Land of World War 3.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Long Game.
Aliens Land of World War 3. Long Game. Father's Day.
I would have said if Simon Pegg, I had a random hunch that night. He was in some episode of Classic Who, but I'm so glad I didn't go with Simon Pegg.
He would have been like 10.
He was a kid in the Twin Dilemma. He was the Twin Dilemma.
Maybe the Twin Dilemma of the friends we've made along the way. Because I literally went... Because I was going through it and I was like, who do I remember that's old enough that could have been in the classic series? And it was like, not Annette Badland.
No,
well, right. She could have been, but it was like she was the only one. Maybe Penelope Wilton, but I would have remembered Penelope Wilton being in it before because there would have been an episode of Confidential where Russell went, and we got Penelope Wilton back, and she was fabulous. It was just lovely to have her back. I didn't know I could do a Russell T Davies impression. And now, and I wrote Matt for 11th Hour, and it was like, these criminal underworldlings and things, and doing Sherlock. That was Mark Gatiss. The thing is to do and to get back to Gallifrey. Jesus. Shit, I'm gonna have to try and do a Chris Chibnall next. And yeah, so I'm gonna remember that, and then I think the same for there's not really anyone in Long Game. Simon Pegg, Tamsin Gregg. Tamsin Gregg definitely probably not. Because she was in her mid to late 30s in 2005.
No, she was a child in Curse of Fenric.
She was one of the people in Happiness Patrol.
Yeah, exactly. She was in a hotel.
Yeah, and that's sort of really about it. Maybe some voice things could have been on there, but obviously...
See, that would have been challenging, even if a voice actor was credited.
I would have said, you could have had the dad from the church in Father's Day, or the Reverend, one of the back...
Yeah, could have been someone...
This was man killed by Dalek in Revelation of the Daleks.
No, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting that, but I didn't know anyone.
Narrowed it down to the guy at the beginning, this person wants to wipe... It's almost as if they want... us to wipe Cardiff off the map before Blomfeld, watch past me, Dave Levine slices his fucking neck off in the pre-credit sequence. The man who then obviously goes on to play Gwen Cooper's father in Torchwood, and it was like, yeah, I could see him being in it, and that was my reasoning, and that was right. And that was exactly right.
Yeah, that was exactly right. So thank fuck one of us knew.
I got the answer right. It was fabulous.
It was absolutely fantastic, Russell. Absolutely fantastic. You know what?
Have you seen Christopher Walker Thompson on Twitter and TikTok? He's the guy who does he's the one that did the impression of all the doctors calling their next incarnation. I love his Chris Ferguson. Oh well, I could do that. Who's writing it? Oh, you can fuck off. And his Peter's very good. His David and Matt are okay. His Peter and
Chris, in Capaldi or Davison,
are amazing. So Peter Capaldi and Chris Eccleston are amazing. His Paul McGann is fabulous. His Colin and
Sylvester.
His Sylvester's very good. His Colin, bit too just generic English. The same sort of with Davison, but more like breathless. So it's like, oh, it's Davison. Tom Baker, very good. Pertwee and Troughton, very good. And Hartnell is tip top as well. So it's only really it's just the generic white, English ones that is a bit like, well, because they don't really have an accent unless you know what happens to alien spies. But yeah, he does a really good Chris Eccleston, and his Peter's just all the very best. I hope that's very good. It's sort of like the way very he good. Sort of accentuates his face, like it's almost like he's got the mannerisms down. It's like, oh my god, that's PC. Apparently, there was a rumor around that Russell wanted the 5 Doctors, but modern, and to have like that he would have the previous 4. Not confirmed whether the 5th one would have been Jodie, and then the reveal of and here's the 14th that because don't know whether we're playing off of we're gonna have this adventure the rumor of have David Tennant and then someone else front a couple of specials and then be and here's the new Doctor instead of having the multiple Doctors interacting with the previous one. When realistically, are they gonna have a chance to have a series before the 60th? Sorry, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it'd be cool.
Because then we can have the justification of it. Because I would love 14, 12. I'd love 8 because I think out of the classics, Paul McGann can hold his own still as convincing. Oh, that's still the Doctor.
That is still the Doctor,
and still hit very much his
stride
incarnation. Whereas you put Sylvester McCoy on it now, it's that's a really old 7th Doctor, almost playing the first Doctor. He got stuck in the Hobbit.
He got stuck in the Hobbit and was Radagast the Brown.
You would have that with you'd have that with Tom, Colin, and Sylvester. You'd have maybe less so with Peter because obviously he younger and he is sort of a bit more sprightly and similar. Not that much older than Paul McGann really. And that's
no
Paul McGann. What fountain of youth dost thou drink from?
Related to Paul Rudd, obviously. Related to Paul Rudd.
Maybe it's just people called Paul. They just pick one.
Secret.
We've got one. America's got one.
The Council of Pauls. The Illuminati.
Paul Chalamet, Timothy's dad.
Wait, is his dad
actually
Paul?
No, I don't know. Actually, he looks younger than Timothy. I don't know. Timothy Chalamet's not actually French. It's just his name.
French Canadian probably. Yeah. He's got French blood.
I don't know. But I would love to see 8, 12. In an ideal world 9, but under that stewardship, he's not going to come back.
No, not for a long time.
Maybe a reprieve for Jodie. Have 12, 13, and 8.
Yeah.
You've got sort of swashbuckling, sexy Doctor. Really angry Doctor and really childish wonder, excited Doctor.
Yeah, and then you've got Dark Doctor that's been through a lot of stuff.
Because you'd like the dark ones to sort of and the ones that are lesser served to sort of get more screen. Because I think the 50th, as much as John Hurt, fabulous actor, long may he rest in peace, because he was
phenomenal.
He was absolutely fabulous. When I watched Dear the Doctor, absolutely fabulous. Because when I wrote the script and I said to John, I was like, do you want to be a secret Doctor? And he was like, well, yeah, obviously you're going to be in the TARDIS.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so, he, fabulous as he was, it was just a thing of this is, this should have been Paul McGann, the romanticised Victorian explorer being turned into a monster and hating himself, and then that's why he's full of angst as
Doctor No More. Yeah.
Doctor
Big
No
Finish
More?
were definitely seeding him towards that path before the 50th happened, and
we got the curator now. We got Colin Curator.
What is that all about? What is that about?
Ruined the mystery for me because
It wasn't a mystery because he said he revisited a few old favourites.
But it's ambiguous. In Day of the Doctor, this is to us the audience, that's Tom Baker, but to us on screen in character, it's this is a man who's oh, maybe I'm you in the future and you'll go back through your old faces, but you'll never really know, and that's the magic of it.
I'm the Watcher.
Yeah, so that's what I'm supposed to do now. Go looking for Morbius. Gallifrey.
Michael Gallifrey Morbius, he's the key to it all.
So that's what I'm supposed to do now. Go looking for a Marvel film to be in. Well, that's entirely up to you. If I were you, well, perhaps I was. You're still in a fucking Sony movie. They're all gonna fall to shit in the mid-2020s. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be great to be in it. No, you can fuck off. Because I think if it had been Paul, it would have been that special thing of this is the Doctor that never really was the Doctor on the screen.
Totally.
As much as his life lives beyond us all in the fabulous Big Finish stuff with not just Lucy Miller but beyond, he was the one that brought the audio stuff. Like, it was without him, it was like to sort of bridge the gap. And then
he's the reason why I bought. That's the reason why I fucking subscribed and became a listener.
Like, it would be like just a thing of like we got his beginning, like to actually get his send off. Because like I know we sort of get the send off in Night of the Doctor, but it would have been nice for him to be like, here's him having one last adventure. You know, there is hope for him. You know, maybe Da Vinci. I will be a doctor again.
I can dance. I can dance in space.
This barn, it fits perfectly. Oh, when I saw it, I just thought it was fabulous. I called Phil Collins and I said, "Get John Barrowman to put his penis away." Have you seen that thing with John Barrowman where it's like he went and did an interview where it was like, you know, we need to sort of stop cancel culture, and it was like, no, John.
Oh dear, you only talk about yourself, you selfish.
Because like a lot of people said, and I agree with it, like wholeheartedly, the Doctor Who community is very frustrating at times in terms of, you know, you're not a true fan unless you've done this or do. I like how it's all collectively, a lot of people saying, apart from the ones that are like, oh, it's just woke culture trying to get rid of John Barrowman because he's a white man. It's like, first off, man's gay and was great representation in the early 2000s because he was, what was it? He was a pansexual and omnisexual. It was like basically like anything. Like he isn't defined by his sexuality, and that was, you know, what brought a whole, you know, LGBT plus representation to Doctor Who that I didn't even really realise as a kid watching
at the time.
It,
yeah, totally. I wouldn't.
This is very progressive for a show in 2005.
Yeah.
Him his own spin-off. But a lot of people collectively come together and was like, yeah, like I can't help but feel we would have forgiven John Barrowman, like if he'd have just come out and apologised. But the fact that it's like he's literally just doubling down on like, this is woke culture trying to get me cancelled. If he'd have come out and said, look, at the time I thought this was okay. Yes, I've been told off and reprimanded for it, you know, since like on Torchwood and Arrow and stuff like that. But that's not me. I shouldn't have done that then. You know, I won't get my penis out anymore. Like if he'd have just said that, people would have been like, fair enough. But it's at the point now where he's, you know, when he's saying that BBC and like blackballed him and like, you know, blacklisted him and like he's not going to come back and do that, you know, are we going to get a Captain Jack? It's like, if we ever Torchwood, do we want Jack back?
Yeah,
ideally, yeah. But like the show has evolved beyond the need for that character, but also like to have such a big part of my childhood sort of being like, yeah, like this is all a target against me. It's like, it's not.
Just stop. Yeah, just stop.
It's not against you, John. It's just, you know, if you'd come out and apologise for doing the wrong thing,
yeah,
then
the reception and feedback would be like completely different.
I like how silent that thing is. I really can't hear it.
Yeah. I hear silent humming.
I hear silence.
Silence.
We all. What else happened? We got. Lin Bingbing has left the Meg 2, but China's highest grossing male actor of all time, Wu Jin, joins the cast because that's meant to begin filming over the next month or so.
I did read something about that. Yeah. Oh, the
something
Meg
like
2.
that.
The Meg 2 going to cross over with Moonfall. That I would love to see.
It's on airplane mode. I can't do this anymore, Mac.
Free bagels.
Do you know what?
Free bagels.
I love the Meg so much. Like there is.
I need to watch it again.
I have it on 4K. Like
I do. Yeah, it's the only steelbook I have.
Have you got the steelbook? Isn't it a gorgeous steel? Like, I saw it in HMV and it was like 20 quid, and I was like, one, I love the film. Two, for that price on steelbook, fuck yeah, I'm getting a 4K. I literally, the steelbooks I have on 4K, I've kind of tried to stop doing them because obviously like expense and like my life.
Your life.
And also I said like on Twitch yesterday because I was watching Chris from Big Damn Cast, that because he's getting the Slimline collection box sets because obviously he missed out on the first one and got so far behind before it was like, well, I'm just not going to end up getting these because obviously they're extortionate prices. But with the fact that they're always available now, the Slimline ones, I literally
now that they're available,
I was like, I wish I'd have known that these were definitely coming, because obviously it was rumoured when it was like, this is limited edition packaging, that we'd get the standard Slimline ones, because you get all the artwork and the same stuff, but for that size I would have waited for the Slimline ones and been, however, what are they, 2-3 box sets behind?
Yeah,
because season 14's just come out on the Slimline, so they're waiting for 8 and 20 8 and 24.
8 and 24, yeah.
And then obviously 22 later down the line.
coming soon, yes. Yes. It reminds me. I'm sure I did order it. Has your changed subject mildly? Did your Amazon sometimes play up with delivery addresses? Or does it say like, oh, can't dispatch this address?
I changed my default. So what we on with this? So currently season 22, not yet dispatched. We will email you when available. $41.99. Is that cheaper than it was? Because I swear they went up to 45. Because it was $39.99, and then it was. And then it went up obviously because of Brexit and that, because it's more expensive to produce, and the fact that it is slightly cheaper on the standard ones as well. It would have saved me enough to buy another season box set, which is ironic, really.
Yeah.
And I was at the point where I was like, do I sell these knowing that I would get a lot more from it and then buy the smaller ones? But it's like, no, I'm kind of in it now. I get stuck in that trend of like with the steelbooks for the new series. Like I've started it, so I'll finish. Kind of.
Of course.
But I try not to buy as many steelbooks on normal 4K because unless I really love it and the steelbook is gorgeous. What one do I have? Let me go and have a look.
Gorgeous.
You talk about
steelbooks.
Yeah, either the Meg 2 or Benedict Cumberbatch getting his star on.
Getting his star on? Oh my god, yeah. So, like George just said, Benedict Cumberbatch is in the Meg 2. Just to Benedict Cumberbatch will definitely be confirmed to be in the Meg 2 in a couple hours because as soon as I leave his house, some news always comes out. So it's Wednesday afternoon, like 4:08, 16:08 currently. By the time I get home around 17:30, Benedict Cumberbatch will be cast in the Meg 2, 100%. But yeah, the guy's in the Hollywood Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame. He's got his star on the floor in the LA street. Benedict Cumberbatch has actually made it big time. His career is now cemented in America itself. He's on a fucking pavement. I mean, in all seriousness, congratulations, Benedict Cumberbatch, you absolute mustachio legend. Whether you're Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Strange, potentially Doctor Who, and Big Finish Audio, who knows? Just keep killing it, pal. You are a fucking icon. You are a legend. And all right, my nan hates you, but she's gonna see Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness, and that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, you fucking legend. Well done. You deserve it. And I just can't wait for Doctor Strange, but to see you in the Meg 2, hopefully, like I just said. But because I literally just said by the time I get home tonight, some news always comes out. Benedict Cumberbatch will be confirmed to be in the Meg 2.
Benedict Cumberbatch will be confirmed to be the new fucking Grindelwald at this rate. Did you see the new trailer for Secrets of Dumbledore?
I actually have not, no. I totally forgot about it.
Looks interesting. Am I going to go see it?
In a good way?
Probably not. I'll wait till it's either on streaming or Time Media. Because I'm just kind of like... I want to like it. Like, I did enjoy the first one, and like they had to shoehorn them into the second one.
I don't remember the second film. I don't remember it.
Shoehorn it as like, oh, this is actually about Grindelwald and Dumbledore. So, well, how did we take so long to get here? And then it's going to be more of that, and there's more Dumbledore, and there's Hogwarts, and they're reliving, like the first trailer relied on your nostalgia of, here's clips from the old ones.
All I know is, where'd you get that? Where'd you get the one from? Got it for Christmas. It's like, oh no, that's not funny in the slightest.
Yeah, so the steelbooks I have.
Yeah, I say
they're all 4K. They're all 4K apart from this one. So I got this Amazing Spider-Man one.
That's nice.
I got that for Christmas.
What, 2012? Yeah, it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just a standard Blu-ray one. And when I got rid of all because I had the standard Blu-rays for like the others, like Spider-Man's 1 through Homecoming.
Yeah.
And then sold them and upgraded. I'm upgrading my database to 4K like I did with DVDs to Blu-ray. Now it's like I got rid of like all my Marvel Blu-rays for like £100, and then.
Do you think 4K might be the last bit of physical format we get, or do you think
for a while? I think it will be a while before 8K becomes a format, and it might. I think we have to still keep physical because
absolutely.
It has to be. That's why I love it. But I've never wanted to part with this because it's just.
It is a gorgeous cover.
The only thing I hate with steelbooks is that I like the cardboard slip ones you get on the Doctor Who ones, even though a couple of those got thrown away, so I have to see if I can buy them and send them back like I have for previous ones. Is the weird sticker paper ones at the back, so they just come off.
The peel-off
ones, they just fucking come off. But I love how like the New York skyline.
You see New York. That one looks cool.
These I got from. So I got 3 from Zavvi because there was a sale on. It was basically a clearance on their steelbooks on. Zavvi do a lot of good stuff, and there's some codes and weird trying to become affiliate so we get a discount code, but how long that takes, we'll see. I got Le Mans 66, Ford versus Ferrari, but renamed.
Yes. Cool movie.
So it's got the cardboard slipcase, but it's also got the cardboard then goes up the side, and that's quite annoying because then it folds out. But that's just the Ford and the Ferrari.
Nice.
And then,
nice, I like that.
Racing stripes at the back.
That's Avi exclusive. So what was the did it have a regular steelbook? I'm semi-curious now.
That one was Zavi.
Yeah.
That I think the Birds of Prey one was because I've seen the HMV one where she's laying on the bonnet of when Harley Quinn's laying on the bonnet of the car upside down.
Oh,
and
okay.
that one looks a lot more artsy and nice. But the Shazam one's a general release one because I've seen that everywhere. But these they were on reduced. I think I got them for like a tenner each.
Yeah.
Like obviously in a bundle. The Birds of Prey one I like because
I like that about Bop.
Yeah. BOP DC HQ, Mind over Mayhem. And the Powerpuff Girls,
The Craft,
and then I've got
Detective Pikachu.
I think that was from HMV.
Yeah,
but it's like if I see it and pick it up, it's like if it's not that like the one there's a Jurassic World Dominion one that's not that much more expensive. I think it's like £4 more expensive than the normal 4K copy of Jurassic World Dominion, and it's not Dominion, fucking Fallen Kingdom because Dominion's not out yet. Silly me. Stuff like that. The Detective Pikachu one, just because I was like, I want it, but realistically, I should have just got an all copy of it. But look at his little face.
Oh, I mean, that is adorable.
Look at his little, and it's weird. Like I love the metalliciness, and it almost feels like if you catch the light on it, it's like that sign is lit up because it's meant to look like a neon sign.
I think that Spider-Man one's my favourite. But
that's obviously the Mega one. You've got that.
Yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, big Chief.
Because that was again not that much more expensive than.
It was even. I got it because it was cheaper than the standard, and I think the standard for a while was out of stock, so that's why I got the steelbook.
And then I got the last copy of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse one.
That one does look gorgeous. Yeah, that one looks
the anime
nice.
style. You got Miles, Gwen, and Peter on the front. That is, I like that one. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that one, but it's just great, man. I love it. I love collecting shit. I love spending all my money that I won't because it's just I'm celebrating because I won't be able to do it for a while. It's the same reason I haven't got the other Infinity Gauntlet yet. Because it's finally come down from £100 on Amazon, but it's still out of stock.
Yeah.
And plus, it's like Infinity Gauntlet or a second screen to stream on, and it's like probably the screen, and then get money from streaming, and
Then I can buy a Gauntlet,
and then I can treat myself to random shit. Speaking of random shit, should we do our Batman predictions? Because the Batman is due out this Friday, at time of recording, Friday, the 4th of March.
Yes, March the 4th.
All over the world.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
We've had.
Will HBO Max be streaming it, or is that because I think it was a 2021 film that then got pushed back because of Dune? But Dune was great, so that's a happy delay. But I'm curious whether it will still have that.
I don't know because it's kind of put the genie back in the bottle kind of thing, isn't it? And I think Batman, because have you heard that AMC they put the tickets up for Batman compared to other films?
They did, yeah.
So that's not. I know cinemas have got to make their money back and stuff like that. But that's,
cheeky.
That's how you drive people away. Of you want to see Batman, the film that everyone wants to see.
It's not streaming on HBO Max because again, it was a 2021 agreement, and that pushed that back.
I feel like it will still have the quick turnaround. It'll have 30 days before it's on there.
It said 45. It didn't have
so they're keeping the 45 window for that. I think they'll either
they'll negotiate.
If it doesn't do as badly as if it doesn't do as well as they would
hoping,
they'll put it out earlier, or they might then put it out longer, or put it out earlier but behind a paywall to get a bit of extra. Like Sky before it drops on, watch it anytime. It's pay now for Spider-Man No Way Home kind of thing. I was really excited when the Batman was announced and going to be here's Ben Affleck Batman, directed by Ben Affleck Batman.
With Deathstroke. Yeah.
And
Joe Manganiello.
Then it's it's a younger one. And it's oh, cool. And it's but no, it's not in the DCEU. But we don't know. Matt Reeves has since come out and said, he's not interested in
universe building.
Introducing any other DC characters in terms of the wider DCEU, just a Batverse. Very akin to... it feels like Chris Nolan. They're trying to do Chris Nolan again. And we had that. And it was good. But Batman shouldn't be super serious, like
All the
100%, because one of his villains is Clayface.
Yeah, I know, and we want to
who
see
we've
a
never seen on the
shapeshifter
screen. John Hamm as Clayface.
who can then turn into other people.
Yes.
Whether it's other cast members in the film or just another person that can then be like a variant. Yeah.
Man, it's there's so much other stuff. Like it was campy and fun. Like Burton, I think was the best balance of dark and serious, but it's also a comic book movie, so we're gonna have fun with it.
And
Whereas Schumacher
creating his
goes
own
the other
weird
way.
visual style. Yeah, Schumacher just fucking lost the plot and just really. I feel like Batman and Robin was trying to emulate at that time the '66 spirit, but he just did it in the worst fathomable way possible. Like the design, the fucking nipples on the suit, like specific for certain things. As soon as you look at it, you go, no.
I do like
it
that.
Frustrates me.
I do like Batman Forever though.
Yeah, and like without like breaking down, I guess to determine like what was the best Batman, you got to look at it from different angles. Like Mr. Sunday Movies did it really recently on the Weekly Planet podcast, where they kind of went through all the films and stuff. But I feel like Kilmer is the forgotten Batman. He is the forgotten one.
He's very good. He just like he was too young, and
yeah, he did.
George Clooney looked too old.
Yeah,
Christian Bale
was unknown at the time.
Is our Batman really? Because he's the Batman we grew up with in terms of like Keaton and Carl are amazing, but for our generation, it's Christian Bale. There is a generation that for them it's Ben Affleck, and I feel sorry for them because they've got a movie where he was really like he was the best part of it, and then a movie where he couldn't be asked. And I feel like this would have, if this had come out just after Justice League and been a Ben Affleck one, it would be a different thing, because you could do the serious, gritty stuff of that Batman, but also ground it within a world of like, this guy knows who Superman is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's aliens, there's other stuff. Let's have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, you could have done that.
And it just feels like the studio went, look, we want to get back to what we got at The Dark Knight.
We want to get back what's going to drive the money machine going.
Billion-dollar revenue. And serious,
because we want big time ambition, Batman. Baby. We want to take on Marvel's Disney Plus in the work back in 2017. We want to take it on. We want to take it on with our own streaming service.
Have you watched the? Is it Jimmy Kimmel? It's the Jimmy Kimmel interview with Robert Pattinson.
The one that you told me to, because he's weird.
He's a weird
guy.
Like, in interviews and stuff, have always been like. Yeah, like he makes it clear that he really didn't like Twilight, and like the way he acted on set nearly got him fired a couple of times and things like that. It's like, but when he was talking about stuff, it was like, this guy's nuts.
Let's get nuts. Oh, okay.
But he's got sort of the Val Kilmer like sort of eccentricity. You've got sort of like the realism and grittiness of Bale. You've got sort of the playboyness of
Keaton,
of Clooney.
You've got
Clooney, sort of the reclusive weirdo-ness of Keaton, like.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. No offense, Patterson.
Batfleck is there.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the conversation.
So,
yeah,
like it's a weird. Like they've all got to be different. Like it's like being the Doctor. It's like any other superhero that's been recast a bunch of times, i.e., like Superman, Spider-Man. Incredible Hulk, like I
find that with Batman, there's no answer, because all the films as well are catered to the products at their time.
Who's your? Well, we'll get into it in a minute, but for you, like,
what if I had to pick like one Batman? Who would be like my Batman?
Or like, who is who is for you the perfect embodiment of Batman and Bruce Wayne?
See, watching
a film. A movie film.
No. See, one of them for Mr. Sunday Movie said there was something wrong about Val Kilmer's hairstyle and look, and that I kind of agree with. Even though, again, it's a comic book person, and I'm not supposed to alienate a feeling towards a comic page towards how I would put a Bruce Wayne. But no, fuck it, Val Kilmer. Like, I think he did have the balance enough. I don't know. Whatever personal influence, like your hairstyle and whatever, that's subjective and that's down to your individual taste. Because in an Elseworld comic, there's probably Batman who literally is like an 80s rock star with longer hair and a beard and whatever. Like,
well, it's funny you say that, because Kurt Cobain was the inspiration for this Bruce Wayne, and obviously he's got longer hair, and it gives him,
and the song and something in the way from the trailer.
And it gives him the eccentricity sort of thing of like Keaton, of like, you believe he's a weirdo that does this and no one questions it, like like, because you've sort of got to be reclusive and get away with, like, how would people not like follow you, and like how Christian Bale was a playboy, people would look into it and essentially find out that he was Batman.
Yeah.
Whereas with Keaton, he's just sort of like on his own potting about doing things, and he's a bit weird, and it's like, oh yeah, I can totally see that this guy would go out and fight mentally ill people.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't.
No.
But he does.
No.
Did you know that also for his screen? So in the interview, like he talks about his screen test, and he wore the Val Kilmer suit, but the George Clooney head.
Yeah, and
like
Clooney was like the only one that could fit or something. I think I have seen it, but yeah.
And it was sort of like this weird mishmash, and he had to do his screen test in a bat suit with nipples, and it's like they're like on the Warner Brothers lot. They've got every single
suit,
single Batman suit from all the live action Batman films, and it's like, oh, that's mad.
He fit it into Kilmer's suit, but then Clooney's head.
Yeah,
weird concoction. Weird concoction.
And he didn't say that. You know, I didn't see the Keaton suit because obviously he's filming The Flash. Like they didn't say any of that, so you know.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they like shoehorned in here's Robert. Like if the film does well, here's the Robert Pattinson Batman.
See, from Mr. Sunday Movies, I have not watched the video. I'm not going to after seeing the film. But there is a post-credit scene. So I know. That's all I literally was going to say. Maybe it is something like, oh, we say no DCEU. Well, there you go.
If
it does, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Like. DC and Warner Bros. Will shoehorn him in.
They will in some, absolutely at some point.
Because we know now that because
it's the money algorithm.
Justice League still exists, albeit without Cyborg and Batman.
Yeah,
but I would love Ben Affleck to be like the Nick Fury of this universe.
Exactly. Why can't he still be there?
Why are we making Keaton the Nick Fury? Why not have?
Can't Pattinson be the inspiration behind Ben Affleck's dark, weird, killing persona? Instead of being in its own weird Gotham.
Or maybe it would, like you just go, and it was him as a child, because it looks like it's got the Tim Burton-esque element of.
You do that.
Like it's got the Tim Burton-esque element of is timeless. Like some technology will be used, and it will maybe make you think of like it's more modern day or at this certain time period, but it could take place in any time, which is the magic of the Tim Burton films. What was the first Batman film you saw in the cinema?
It was Dark Knight last year during COVID. I didn't. No, actually, that's a lie. So it was Dark Knight Rises. I hadn't seen Batman Begins or Dark Knight at the time.
Really?
So I literally went into it blind. But I knew from the Arkham games, I went into it going, I was like, I knew Batman. I know everything. I was like, where is it? Where is it?
Where is the trigger?
Where is it?
And then you have my permission to die.
Oh, and then we got this rendition of a Batman villain and...
Oh, why are you Sylvester McCoy?
What do you mean, Sylvester McCoy?
She was fabulous.
You know what we do to alien spies?
The fire rises. That when the trailer came out and then the film came out, and they definitely redubbed Bane's dialogue, but they deny to this day that we didn't redub Tom Hardy's stuff.
No.
Yeah. I think the first one I saw was Dark Knight, because I definitely saw the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And Dark Knight Rises.
I just remember I remember going to Queensgate and seeing the poster.
And then skipped because I don't even remember. I don't even think I saw Justice League in the cinema.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I did. I think
so
I saw
spared
it
that pain.
Well, yeah, because everyone liked the reviews, and because when I knew how, I was like, this is just
not for me.
It's just wrong. So yeah, and I will always love Bruce Wayne's parents. So if I saw The Dark Knight as my first one, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty great.
But I may have seen Batman Begins, I may not, because I remember Dark Knight and Casino Royale were the first Blu-rays that I owned on my PS3.
Right. Yeah.
And they were like two of the first movies I remember watching in the cinema. Obviously, I saw stuff like I saw X-Men 3. I saw in the cinema. I saw Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely saw. I might not have seen Batman Begins because obviously it would have been. It was a 12A, and it might have just been a bit like because obviously the trailer made it look a lot scarier than it was, and obviously by Dark Knight it was like 2008, so I was 12. So
old enough. You could take on the world at 12.
That's fine. Yeah. And also I saw Dark Knight Rises on opening day, but I remember watching Batman Forever. I did like that. Shall we go through? So who is your least favourite Batman in the films?
Literally just talking about the Batman. So when you say Batman, is in guy in the costume, not Bruce Wayne, just
no. So the people that portray Batman. Man. So you've got Adam West.
Uh-huh.
Michael Keaton.
Uh-huh. It's Clooney.
Val Kilmer.
It's Clooney.
George Clooney.
It's Clooney.
Kevin Conroy.
Well, he's the voice. I mean, I've never seen him
live
in
action
in one snippet. Yeah,
when
he's
also,
old.
yeah, but he was Batman for a generation. Like for
he
our
was the
generation.
Batman.
So
true.
I would say him, and obviously the games, and
yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Will Arnett.
He
Lego
was
Batman.
Lego. Okay.
Which ironically was one of the best Batman films in decades.
It really fucking was.
And
I think still is my favourite Lego movie.
Bale, Ben Affleck, and obviously we can't say Patterson because we don't.
Not yet. Not yet. Just straight up Batman. Clooney, easy, just Clooney.
You know, it shouldn't be that easy, but it is. What doesn't work about George Clooney, I think, is why do like so Clooney was
this is why Superman works alone.
That's why Superman works alone. It's like, and I always take never leave the Batcave without, and he's got his credit card, and it's like, yeah, it's comic. Like he works for the Bruce Wayne aspect of it. I watched
it yesterday. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, he does. Okay.
But I have fun with Batman and Robin, but it's like he is the weakest link of that movie because when you've got people like Uma Thurman, Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, Chris O'Donnell.
And
is that the cast members?
Is Alicia Silverstone
it's Batgirl, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Uncle Alfred. Why? That film was shot predominantly as a toy commercial, and that's why they all changed suits at the end because it was like we need to sell the toys.
Totally.
It's the film's weak, but I have fun with it. Like I really do enjoy it, and I do need to re-own that at some point.
It was at one point. It was my favourite worst movie. Like I would give it so much praise.
That is the equivalent
I'd give it
of
so
a
much
comic
praise.
book movie, sort of comfort blanket. Like you can sort of sit down and watch that and just be like, I'm just gonna have a good time.
I just think my taste was becoming so sophisticated and so advanced. I literally put it on and I couldn't finish it. I was just like, no, this is
not tasty enough.
This is getting to me. Don't know what it is.
And I put it on a couple of years later. It was fabulous.
It was fabulous. Oh yeah, it will happen again, but no, I couldn't. The last couple of times I watched it, I couldn't finish it.
And I think if we'd have got Batman Triumphant, which was
would have been triumphant.
The fifth one because it was Harley Quinn, but her dad was the Jack Nicholson Joker, and we got Jack Nicholson back as basically
dream sequence.
Yeah, basically Joker. Arkham Knight version Joker in head stuff. And the Scarecrow was there. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I think no one knew how to follow Keaton, and I think Kilmer managed to get away with it. Not just get away with it, but he did well. And I think when he comes up later on, I think we'll talk about it. But I just think he just missed the mark. It was almost like cast George Clooney, like the name, the star. He'll get bums in seats, but it's like he just wasn't. And he's publicly apologised for ruining Batman. But then without him, we wouldn't have got the Dark Knight.
Clooney or Kilmer did.
Clooney.
Okay, all right.
But then it's not just down to him; it's down to the
everything, the writing, the script, the production, the directing. The only thing that sort of knocks back Forever, although Forever is infinitely forever better than Batman and Robin, is the era. Like I say, it's a Schumacher film. It's the era you get the beginning of it. You still carry over a bit of the Burton-y, gothic-y elements still in that weird, over-the-top, zany, Jim Carrey riddle me this, Batman Forever somehow. Like it's kind of a weird middle ground.
Yeah.
But like you say, Kilmer does get away with.
Get away with it.
But he has the odd line when I'm like,
Mary!
this is Batman Robin shit. He has that line
going to be in the Batcave.
You're going to be in the Batcave.
With Matt Smith.
Who's got the best Batcave? Because I didn't really notice that they all changed during the films. I can only see Keaton's one a bit. Then Kilmer was in it a bit. And then Batman and Robin had the same-ish one.
But then the Batcave does get blown up in Batman Forever, which is probably why it looks different in Batman and Robin. So, I really like the entrance to Ben Affleck's one. That's probably the best entrance. That fucking the road opens up under the bit in the lake, and then it's like Master Way. And we should have gone through Alfred's as well because fuck me, Jeremy Irons deserved better.
No, he really did.
Oh, you're not too late, Green Lantern. I mean, whatever version this is. So I would say exactly the same thing. We can try and agree on a list. We'll formulate a list together. This is a definitive Batman list.
The best Batman.
Second, Adam West.
Oh, best Batman.
Yeah, so second. So we've gone George Clooney last.
Oh, you're doing worst to best. All right,
Yes.
good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Adam West, because I've got the 60s set, and being really honest, I've only watched 2.5 episodes of it. I really do feel bad. I need
Really?
to really watch the rest of the show. I feel like I have seen the 60s movie. Like I've seen the infamous.
I've seen the
shark.
60s. Yeah, I've seen the 60s movie.
Not all the way
And
through.
episodes of the 60s show used to be on like ITV4 or stuff like mid afternoon and stuff like
you've
that.
catched it.
But I really enjoy him like for that time and for the zany just like here's us walking up the side of the building, but we're actually just walking up the building, which is a joke in. Is it Lego Batman 2?
I feel like it might be.
It's one of the Lego games, and they're like the end credits is Batman and Robin from the 60s cartoon
going
walking up the building.
Oh no, that's Batman 3. That's Batman 3.
Is it Lego Batman 3?
Because there's a DLC in that where you go to the 60s. I mean, it doesn't tie in the DLC at all, but I just remember it because of that.
Batman 3 Beyond Gotham.
Beyond Gotham.
What's 2?
DC superheroes. It's the one where they unite all
And then there's a DC
banners.
Supervillains game, isn't there?
That's the most
Separate
recent
one.
one. That's the most recent.
And then you've got
not
Lego,
as good.
yeah.
Not as good.
Well, nothing's as good as walking up the side of building.
Yeah, no. The Adam West, I really do need to give it a closer examination and sort of persevere a bit more with it. Not to say I didn't enjoy what I have seen. It's been nothing in me to particularly go back and
Go back and
cover it.
But it is good for that time and for just
He had the longest
Saturday morning cartoon kind of feel to this show. It worked.
And that's a huge, big difference in this comparison. He had a show that went on for years. Batman had films. Most of these actors are one or two trick wonders. Like Bale being the exception, he had another trilogy that lasted for years.
That's
Like,
so in ways, it was because he had all those seasons of the TV show. Then going into the movie, it was like this was the definitive Batman.
Totally.
Would never get more than.
But arguably
Struggles
also
to get
set
more than
up
two
the
films out of
template, and also
Batman.
arguably set up the template for most modern day interpretations of Batman.
Yeah,
The Keaton one at the time.
because you have to have that level of sort of zaniness, and a bit and his Bruce Wayne was strange, but
His
and
Batman was great.
People probably thought that he definitely slept in the same bed as Dick Grayson, but we'll cross that bridge later. I would say next, I would put.
So now I've got to think, who have we got left?
I would put Val. I'd put Val Kilmer.
Val, Bale, Affleck.
Actually, no. I'd
Kilmer.
put him a bit higher. Do you know what?
Keaton.
Do you know what
We've
I'd say?
got 5.
No, so we've got.
Yeah,
we've got Keaton, Kilmer,
Bale.
Batfleck,
Yeah.
Arnett, Conroy.
Oh, right. Arnett being Lego games, and did he just do Lego games?
No, he did the Lego. So he did Lego
And the
movie 1 and
movie,
2
right.
and the Lego Batman movie. So I would say next, I would put. Oh, this is hard. I would. Do you know what I would say? I would. Do you want me to be like thematic, or do you want me to go opinion based? So, because if it was
wherever your guts.
if it's opinion based, I would say Ben Affleck. If it's thematically, I would say Val Kilmer. But I like more of Val Kilmer's Batman than I like Ben Affleck's Batman.
No, because Ben Affleck was trying to be what the Dark Knight trilogy wasn't. Like I say, directly after that, it was a case of let's make him even darker and grittier, and let's have him kill people, which totally wouldn't rile up the community.
Let's have him kill people alongside this Superman
Yeah.
that's ultra depressed.
Exactly.
And not happy.
Like no, that's
He would
just
have worked alongside a happier
He really
Superman.
would have. A positive, upbeat, more
If they
Boy
let
Scout
if they
Superman.
let Henry Cavill be like Christopher Reeve,
yes.
then that would have been like his juxtaposition.
Or heck, Ben Affleck versus Reeve, then that would have been better.
I mean, that would have been a bit hard to film, but
Oh, of course, but yeah. Yeah.
So I would say Ben Affleck because he was the best part of Batman v Superman,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
and it proved that Zack Snyder just wanted to make a Batman movie, so why not just let him make
Just do a Batman movie to then set up Batman versus Superman. But
Yeah.
no, of course not.
Like the good bits in that, obviously, apart from fucking seeing the fucking pearls again, and the whole Bruce Wayne's parents die.
Oh, here we go again. Deja vu.
Martha, why'd you say that name? And stupid stuff like that. The fact that he just wants to be out of it in Justice League, which, in terms of the timeline, happens 2 years,
2 years.
maybe less later.
Yeah, something like that. It's quite
It's
quick.
2017 and 2016, isn't it? Or no, it got moved to 2018 in the end. It was 2018 Justice League in the end, wasn't it?
No, it was 2017. Justice League was 2017.
No, yeah, so was it Wonder Woman and Justice League in the same year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And now when was the last time we had a DC film?
2017. Yeah, technically.
Wow. Oh no, because we obviously had Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, but that's when the universe was like, "Fuck it, just do what you want."
Yeah, solo it.
Yeah. So I would say that, and he had a cameo in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, which wasn't.
Thing.
No, I don't remember it. It was him looking at a computer.
Is his Batman improved by the Snyder Cut? Sort of, but not
in
really.
a weird way.
I think the only person that gets a full reprieve and complete character overhaul of their arc and their thing of, oh, I like this character, is Cyborg.
Absolutely, Cyborg. Yeah, it's his movie. He was the heart of that project. Yeah.
So in terms of how it affects your opinion of Batman, not really. It makes it because obviously Ben Affleck didn't do any reshoots, did he?
Apart from the final scene, maybe. Apart from that
end credit scene, possibly. Because I know the Desert Nightmare stuff was from before. But
and Martian Manhunter. Was he?
Jared Leto was just on set on his own when he filmed that bit.
Yeah. I know, and then the very, very last thing, because you pointed out how skinny he was when he met him out in the beach.
Oh yes, I definitely think when he met Martian Manhunter, that was a reshoot.
Minute. Yeah.
Or possibly like old footage, but yeah. So that's a thing. I think it was wasted potential because like when Ben Affleck was cast, and we've had that in not just superhero movies in general, but a lot in Batman movies in recent years. We've had the thing of like, here's Batman. Oh my god, like he's gonna be shit. It's like, but we all said that about Heath Ledger being the Joker, and that happened again with Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson I think can do the Bruce Wayne. It's just I think like the fact that he was.
Well, can he be a playboy though? Because we described
I think he can do
Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, rock, emo Bruce Wayne perfectly, but can he be a playful guy?
He doesn't need to be a playboy though.
Oh no, but that is arguably
part of him,
a vital of the character.
We'll have to reserve judgment till next week.
Of course,
which is exciting. But I'm.
That's
the more and more I've heard about
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, the more and more I've heard about the Batman as it's gone on and in production, like maybe they're not gonna do a second one, and the director or the star might leave. It's like. Yeah, I don't need this super secret serious Batman.
Already had it.
I want a serious-ish Batman like Bale, but with the playfulness of the Schumacher Burton era of this is a comic book movie. It is silly sometimes. That Marvel seems to tread the line with quite well.
They do.
We're adapting it into real life and making it relevant, but also we're having fun with it.
All I just really want is a detective movie because we've had generic superhero action,
a lot from the Arkham games and the Telltale.
But then Seven. I'm not saying Fight Club, but I've heard a lot of comparisons to Seven, and I quite like Seven. I like the mystery and the whole what's in the box, what's the riddle, Batman? What's the riddle?
So after Batfleck, we got Keaton, Kilmer, Bale, Arnett, Conroy. Yeah. I would say, then thematically next you would have to say
Arnett
or Kilmer. We'll say. Do you think it's between them? I think Conroy has been around for so long that it pushes him up.
Oh yeah, no, totally. He is the icon before he got an on-screen presence. Right. Yeah.
So we'll say one of them. We'll pick a name and we'll say it at the same time. Out of Arnett or Kilmer.
Oh, are we doing 3, 2, 1? We'll just say.
Yeah, we'll do 3, 2, 1, and then say it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Kilmer.
We'll rock paper scissors for it. So
I'm on it.
So you're trying to put Arnett. I'm trying to put Val Kilmer next. Ready? So we'll do. 1, 2, 3, shoot, yeah? Okay. Ready? Paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is the next best Batman, which I think middle of the park for him is quite good. Cause
I mean, he's Batman, but oh my god, Alfred Hill, you got him a nerves.
They had a super secret solo adventure,
I'm such a comedy movie. And
I learned about family and stuff like that. It's cool, but it's cool.
Robin.
To be fair, of the character development of recent Batman, it's probably the best. Like when you see him in Lego Movie 1 to Lego Movie 2.
To be fair, Master Wayne.
Oh, he's on his super secret solo mission, and it's like. Hey,
to be fair, Master Wayne, you had similar faces back in 1989, 1992, 1995, 1997, 2005, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2000. So that is the best scene.
That is wicked. But you gotta admit, I've aged phenomenally.
I don't know.
Got a great.
I want to change it now. I don't know.
It makes me remember that I need to buy all the Lego movies in 4K, including Ninjago, which is underrated.
It was really good because I don't even know anything about Ninjago. It was great.
It kind of butt-dialed me. Oh, sorry. So Will Arnett is a really good voice actor, and you could honestly believe him playing Bruce Wayne Batman in live action. Like just
somehow in a multiverse. If they ever do like a multiverse,
abs and Val Kilmer lips.
No, he's great. He's perfect middle of the road. Like, yeah, totally. If Batman was Deadpool, then he would be number one. But
he's very good. And if we ever got him in a live action thing, that would totally work.
Have him as a Batman fanboy.
We got it with Conroy in the end, so why not? Him. Yeah, like his movies are great. Like his a proper caricatured version of Batman.
Yeah, exaggerated, like
comic accurate in the utmost, but in a way that's like, here's how we streamline it for kids and make it fun. But yes, this guy's been through some shit and he is dark.
Yeah, he's done some stuff. Yeah,
and I think the Lego Batman movie is probably one of the best Batman movies, certainly of the last 10 years. But also, it's up there for maybe of all time.
Just in terms of I totally agree.
It's a really strong. Thematically, it hits all the right beats for a Batman story. It it has the emotion, it has the heart, but it has the comedy in it as well.
And you understand the villain's motivations, and you somewhat feel like them, admire them. Like Joker in that film is not the Joker, but you kind of feel for this one. It's a shorthand
caricature version for kids.
You do, yeah, but you get it a bit. You get it, even as an adult, you get it. No, Lego Batman. I might even watch that tonight. Like, it's great.
I might watch it again. I've aged phenomenal, and he's just some great one-liners, and he's just zippy and fresh and fun.
Well, we need another Lego movie, like in the future.
Yeah, because it was weird because we had
Lego Movie 2 in 2019. Yeah,
so Lego Movie 1 was 14, and then we had Batman in 17.
Yeah,
and then we had
Ninjago was
2 in 19 because we had 2 and Ninjago was 19, early 19, and then it was. Was it?
No, I feel like Ninjago was 17 as well. I feel like it was after Lego Batman, but I didn't see it.
I will look it up while you talk about how Val Kilmer is the fourth best Batman.
Fourth best man. The fourth best man.
Fourth best man. I am fourth best man.
I am fourth best man. Like I say, without brushing too much about Val Kilmer, we sort of said like what I wanted to say about him. I said earlier, but. I don't know. He sort of hit the tonal balance enough. All right, he did have the cringy, Cornishy dialogue that was the Schumacher era, but he.
Oh, sorry.
He bloody. I don't know. I don't know. Kilmer's great. Val Kilmer is the forgotten one, overlooked.
Batman and Ninjago were the same year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, both
I knew that. I knew that somehow. I knew that.
So Ninjago, where is it? Where's the things? Sorry. Batman was February, Ninjago was September.
Yeah, Batman was around my birthday. I do remember that. Yeah.
Fucking great movie.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Sorry, Karen, what you were saying with Val Kilmer?
I don't know. It's just without trying to review Batman Forever, Val Kilmer was great. I don't know. He was just great.
Batman Forever is a hard, slappy Batman movie. Like it is tonally completely different from Batman Returns.
And Tommy Lee Jones trying to do the serious, like, the real performance-y villain. He wasn't nowhere going to top Jack Nicholson. Like he wasn't going to live up to that at all. He does kind of do like a B-Tech Jack Nicholson in that film, though. But he was still very good and appropriate for that part. And at the time, like, he was quite big in the 90s. Like, it was a good casting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jim Carrey was, pretty peak into his run, coming off of, In Living Colour, and then Ace Ventura the year before and everything. Like, Jim Carrey was 1995, arguably. So, the film had that going for it. I don't know. I can't keep saying Val Kilmer's great, but I don't know. I watched it and I just liked Val Kilmer. I
really like Batman Forever. I think it suffers from being quite wooden at times. I think
it has moments. Yeah, it has moments.
Like his acting is a bit sort of like this is very sort of one note, but I think in terms of just the way he is portrayed, I think really it just for me it works. Like it's not. It's definitely not the best. I think for him to be just above average really is. It's
he's like a 6.5 out of 10. He's a 6.5
or a 7 at a peak.
Yeah, totally.
So I would say that like it's it's good. It's good. And I think it's because he's vastly overshadowed by his villains, particularly Jim Carrey, but also the fact that you've got Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face in there as well. That is just shake that mouse a second.
Shake it.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
That's all we got to do. And yeah, that's that.
That's that. Yeah, Val Kilmer, Batman Forever.
So
go and
we
watch
got
it.
the top three, and I think we can agree that the third is Kevin Conroy, right?
You've got Michael Keaton, Kevin Conroy, and who else? Who's the other one? Robert Pattinson.
Christian Bale.
Oh my god! See, I can't remember how many people we've got. Kevin Conroy. Yeah.
Arguably done the most as Batman.
He's a voice.
The voice and face in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, when he's arguably past his prime, but alright, okay.
Yeah, but he finally got to play him in live action, and if he'd have come out of that and gone, "You go, guys, I'm done.
I'm done playing Batman.
Like I've done everything I need to." You'd have gone, "Fair enough."
Hats off to you, young sir, old sir.
So, obviously, the voice of Batman in the animated TV series returned to voice
him
Batman in the Arkham games.
Arkham games, yeah.
Which was nice bit of nostalgia for us that watched the cartoon as children. Was like, oh my god, that's shorthand. That's Batman. That's audio shorthand for Batman.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think he's better as Batman than he is as Bruce. Because, well, in the games we never really see him as Bruce, but we're talking about in terms of the cartoon. I think it's almost Val Kilmer in terms of his delivery sometimes. I don't know if that's just wooden. An artistic choice. But obviously, Bruce Wayne's not meant to seem like he's got a lot going on.
Did he voice him in Beyond? In Batman Beyond?
I think he did. I'm not 110% sure.
I'll just Google it. I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Well, I talk about how he's like an opposite Mark Hamill's Joker in the cartoon and obviously the games. It's just such a it's inspirational, and it's inspired. Sorry, it's inspired casting really, because they are essentially two sides of the same coin. They're fucking amazing, and yeah, I think as a generation we can be thankful that we got sort of I'm Batman.
He did do Batman Beyond as well.
He did do Batman Beyond
for 48 episodes. Yeah.
Jesus, so he has arguably done the most as Batman. But not maybe receive the recognition that he deserves.
He was in
until now on this podcast.
He even was Batman Zur-En-Arrh from Batman Brave and the Bold, because that was another actor, but I can't think who that was. Was that even Will Arnett? Who did Batman Beyond? Brave and the Bold? Batman Beyond, for fuck's sake.
I don't know. There are many, many things.
Teen Titans Go, Scooby-Doo, video games. Batman, Arkham, Injustice. Oh, he did Injustice.
He's been around the old block, Kevin Conroy, and now finally gets the recognition and the bronze medal for third place as the third best Batman.
And the movies. So he even was Killing Joke, Harley Quinn. Yeah. He did the animated movies. I didn't really know that as well. And he was Thomas... did I read that wrong? No, okay. So he was Bruce in Flashpoint, but he was Thomas Wayne in Batman vs. Robin. I don't know why. I read that as Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint. I was like, oh my god, he was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but animated.
That's pretty cool. That would have been cool. But you know what is cool? Choosing
number
the second place. So we got
Michael Keaton or Christian Bale. The two that it was always going to come down to.
Who are you saying is number two?
Well...
You can speak with your heart and your head. What's running through your mind right now?
I'm thinking more about Bruce Wayne, not necessarily the guy in the suit, the persona behind the mask that is Batman. Batman being the real mask and Bruce Wayne being the persona.
Yes.
Again, it's not just the era we're in or the era of film it is, but I do think Keaton.
Just remember, before anyone gets angry, opinion is subjective, and
it's alright. We don't have an audience.
Yeah,
we don't have an audience.
We can say what we want.
No, but
no one fucking cares.
Not in the minute. No. Give it 10 years, they might. No, I just think Keaton second. My gut's telling me Keaton second. Just not as a disrespect or a slap.
Do you want to hear something shocking?
You're going to say Vale second and Keaton's number one.
No, I agree with you.
The Rock Vale says... No, okay, alright.
Michael Keaton is the second best Batman. Definitively, for a generation, arguably the Batman.
Is it because he wasn't nuts enough throughout the whole movie?
Let's get nuts. I think because obviously he was the most shocking cast in which we get throughout these Batman films, as not just Batman but the villains. Like when you cast Bruce Wayne Batman and it's Michael Keaton, you think, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it works because obviously an aloof, very sort of, almost like hermit kind of guy. And it's like, yeah, you can believe that this guy runs around doing Caped Crusader stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe less believable from Bale's point of view, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it. What can I say about Michael Keaton's Batman that has not already been said? Fabulous. You couldn't have got more perfect casting in the 80s. he has two fabulous films.
The only other actor at that time to have more than one movie.
Yep, the first one to do it, and until Bale, the only one.
The only, yeah.
So I will also say that Batman Returns is one of the best sequels and maybe better than Batman 89.
I agree with that. I think Returns is better than 89. Yeah.
But also, a bit because, Tim Burton clearly likes making the films about the villains, and Batman is very secondary in those movies. And I think if maybe more of a focus, then maybe he would be the definitive Batman for us.
I think that's Batman Returns is only detriment. I think there is a slightly too much time with the villains.
Yeah, but then you've got Pfeiffer and DeVito just hamming it up and chewing all the scenery, and they are fantastic. They look great.
Iconic.
The production design is fantastic. The acting of this man is it's great. Like, you've got big bombastic villains, and then what do you have in the middle of it? You have a normal bloke. His rubber mask off of its neck, and he's got no eyeshadow on, even though he clearly had eyeshadow in the cowl.
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah. I love Keaton. But obviously
Keaton is like childhood Batman, but the one that we kind of grew up with, and ultimately
as our Batman.
Our Batman.
And to be fair, I don't think we have seen a good portrayal of Batman since this man. Arguably, all round. Will that change next week? You'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Exactly.
Because number one's Christian Bale.
Dun dun dun! Unsurprisingly to some,
he has not just the best Batman movie in his repertoire, but also one of the best movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best sequels.
It is.
It was at the point, I think, it's a mixed bag trilogy in terms of it's pretty C plus B for Begins. It's a fucking A star for Dark Knight, and it's probably a CD for Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. But I think a lot of that is down to the fact of there was no way you could top Dark Knight.
Oh no, that's the thing. It had so much pressure.
And it also had the pressure of having most of the name of the last one in the new one. Why would you call it Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight Retires.
It's almost like you're evoking because it was similar sort of posters, but slightly coloured different in terms of the building and the Batman symbol and sigil.
Okay, I know they weren't adapting it, but you could have called it Dark Knight Returns. But then everyone would have misled that and gone, "Oh, they're doing the comic. They're doing Frank Miller."
Or
Nightfall. And Bane, Tom Hardy, and his stupid voice could have broken the back of Batman. He could have broken his back.
You didn't care about marketing until he was a man, but by then it was nothing more than subterfuge. Yes. So, what am I saying? Christian Bale,
yeah,
he's
a lovely man.
The only thing that he doesn't that lets him down really is if he's being that much of a playboy and extravagant, people are obviously meant to not think he's Batman, but obviously everyone's going to look into what he's doing more, so he'd be more under the thing of I've got to watch what's this the tabloids of Gotham would be watching him where's he going kind of thing. So I think he would,
particularly in Begins, he always had the Danny Rand Iron Fist and go, "Hey, I'm Bruce Wayne, I'm back," because he was.
But I'm talking more so in Dark Knight when he's taking the whole ballet on a yacht, and then somehow he's in Shanghai.
Yeah, okay.
And no one.
I didn't think about that.
No reporter fucking tracks that.
Yeah, not even Vicky Vale. Did Vicky Vale exist in the Burton verse? In the fucking Nolan verse?
I don't think we ever saw a Vicky Vale. I think they just went here because Rachel is a creation just for the film.
For that film, yeah, that's right.
Rachel.
Where is she?
Vicky Vale. The casting's great. Obviously the villains are stellar in all of them. Tom Hardy's great, despite Dark Knight Rises' flaws.
Yeah.
And the direction and
cinematography in this trilogy, is second to none.
Yes.
So far.
Will it be topped?
We'll see. I can't doubt.
It looks good. I just don't think anything's ever going to be able to hold a candle to it. And the only ones that will be but you just caught up on the fucking nostalgia of the Dark Knight. It's it's fucking perfect.
But if it can live up to Keaton or even excel, if it can do better than Kilmer and Clooney, if it could be better than some of the other ones we mentioned, then it will earn its place, maybe a second. Hopefully, we hope.
100%.
But I don't know. Will it ever top Bale? Who knows? I doubt it. But...
I don't know. You keep talking about Christian Bale a sec. I think.
Christian. Oh no.
Christian. Talking about Bale.
Bale. What can I say?
No, never mind.
what can I say about Bale? Just cool actor. The characterization as well. All right, mate. Christian Bale. Characterization amongst this whole trilogy was completely different to all the other Batmen before. Maybe afterwards, if Patterson's getting a trilogy, we'll have to just wait and see how that fares out. Bale across the trilogy did grow, did develop. All right, Gotham would have had to watch, like the tabloid thing would have had. I can't even fucking talk. What am I saying? No, Bale was great. His Batman costume's great. The Batmobile was fascinating. I think he had the best overall Bat team. The team, like Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Aaron Eckhart in Dark Knight, Heath Ledger. I just think it's Cillian Murphy, Thomas Shelby, Peaky Blinders Series 6, streaming currently on BBC iPlayer, just to let you know. Scarecrow, he definitely had the best universe / genre of characters in this universe. I'm curious to see what they do with Robert Pattinson and his new universe and everything, but Hello.
You did talk, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't sit here silently, don't worry. I did talk.
Yeah.
I did kind of mumble a couple of times, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's our best Batman.
Well, when we both see the new one, we'll kind of have to do a follow-on. Maybe even cover certain portrayals of, say, Villain, Penguin, what we think of Patterson's general take.
Yeah, we'll go in depth, obviously. So next week we'll go in depth onto The Batman. So get your questions in for that for next week with possible special guest. Maybe we'll have to wait and see next time. But if you want to get in contact with us throughout the week, at Pasty Cheap across Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. If you want to send us a long-form electronic mail.
It would be at nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
And as always, thank you very much for watching, listening and breathing in this here podcast. I have been George.
You'll never forget the name of Batman.
Connor.
Goldust.
So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week then.
Technical difficulties over for now.